Cybersecurity expert urges Jamaicans to increase vigilance to avoid being victim of financial fraud. A local cybersecurity expert is urging Jamaicans to increase their vigilance to avoid being victims of financial fraud, specifically those perpetrated through phishing attacks. The warning comes on the heels of the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA arresting several people, including a soldier, in relation to a multi-million-dollar phishing scam targeting customers of a local bank. Director of Cyber and Information Security, Worry Ebanks, noted that despite the sophisticated nature of phishing attacks, there are ways to verify emails. These include using the SLAM method, which involves verifying the sender, hovering over the links to see where they lead, avoiding attachment, and critically reading the message. Mr. Ebanks further urged citizens to ensure that they utilize strong passwords to protect themselves from hackers.
So in terms of identifying phishing emails, so yes, attackers are getting more sophisticated, but I'm going to leave you with the SLAM methodology. So S for sender, so check who is sending it, hover over the email if there's any links. Don't click on the links, but you can hover over it and you can see where it's pointing to. The attachments can be malware, so don't download the attachments. You have to verify who is sending it. You could even do a phone call to that person just to confirm that, hey, did you send me this email? And look at even the message. Is it sounding too urgent? Is it asking you for something very suspicious? So in terms of best practices, ensure that your passwords are at least 12 characters long. Uppercase, lowercase, don't have anything related to your name, your family members. Use passphrases, use songs. Find difficult ways to create those passwords but still be able to remember it. And if possible, if your password is compromised, change that immediately. Don't just think that your password is compromised and you still have the password. Don't share your passwords. Don't use the same password across multiple websites. Your phones have password managers. It doesn't matter if you have an Android phone, Google has password manager. If you have an Apple, they also have password managers that you can utilize. But make it a practice that you're storing and generating the passwords from those, so it can be as complex as possible.
Clarendon man charged with arson after setting fire to house following dispute. A Clarendon man was charged with arson after allegedly setting fire to a man's home following a dispute in his community last Wednesday. Charged is 42-year-old Dwayne Constantine, otherwise called Pops or Silver, a higgler of McCarney in Palmer's Cross, Clarendon. Police say that about 9 p.m., Constantine and another man had an argument, after which he allegedly went to the man's house and set it on fire. The police and the fire department were alerted and the fire was contained. During an investigation into the matter, Constantine was arrested. He reportedly confessed to the crime during an interview, after which he was charged. His court date is being arranged. Construction workers mourn passing of female worker mowed down by traffic cop. Workers at the construction firm were left reeling after a female colleague was mowed down by a motorcycle driven by a traffic cop moments after leaving a party with her colleague Saturday night. The policeman, who also sustained serious injuries, remained in hospital up to late Sunday afternoon. The Trelawney police gave the identity of the deceased as 49-year-old Michelle Thompson, who was of a Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland address. Reporters understand that Thompson was accompanied by her 12-year-old daughter when the accident occurred. The child was reportedly not hurt. During a telephone interview, Joel Fletcher, a discharge supervisor from Vertical Design and Construction Limited, said the fatal accident that followed the party has plunged the workforce into deep mourning. All of us are shocked because we just had our little get-together, and just as she left, the unfortunate thing happened. It's a tragic thing, and all of us here feel it, Fletcher told reporters. Two grief-stricken workers, Connie Shaw and a man who only named himself as Gully Bob, also expressed sadness. It is so tragic. It happened just after she left a little get-together. We were having fun here. I feel sad, Shaw stated. Gully Bob chimed in. Me feel sadder. Right now, me don't feel good. Right now, me feel depressed. She was our co-worker, so right now, me feel it fair. According to Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Dr. Gary McKenzie, head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, the collision occurred about 7 p.m. on Saturday on the Flamingo Beach Main Road, which is near the St. James and Trelawney border. Based on the information gathered and observations made, a police officer was driving a motorcycle westward towards St. James when the lady was attempting to cross the roadway and ran into the path of the motorcycle, ACP Mackenzie told reporters. As a result of the collision, the lady sustained very serious injuries and died. The police officer also sustained serious injuries and is now hospitalized. The investigation continues, he added, noting that Thompson was clad in dark clothing and the stretch of the road is not well lit. The PSTEB boss urged road users to exercise caution on the nation's thoroughfare in a bid to reduce the incidence of crashes. Jamaicans urged to engage with seniors during holidays to reduce depression and isolation. An appeal is being made for Jamaicans to engage with senior citizens during the holiday period to reduce feelings of depression and isolation. The appeal comes from Golden Design, an art-based entity for senior citizens. Founder and Principal Director Shellyon Thompson told reporters that during the festive season, many seniors express sadness as they live alone and have close friends and relatives who passed away. She said communities should look out for seniors, especially those senior citizens without close loved ones, and include them in their festive traditions.
Golden Designs would love for our younger generations to remember our many seniors across the country. This time of year can be a period of loneliness and isolation for seniors, particularly a number of them do not live closely to children, grandchildren, and also some of our seniors, they do not have any children. And for some of them, their loved ones, close family members, close friends would have already passed. So while the festive season is filled with joy and celebration, it can also be a time that also highlight that absence of loved ones for our older adults. Just open their hearts and their homes to our seniors by including them in their gatherings and activities. It could be as simple as a visit to a senior who is within the community, your church community, your work community, or someone whom you may know. Also, a thoughtful phone call could be a phone call to the senior to just let them know that they're remembered, or an invitation to the senior to join in on the celebrations at your own home. We want to ensure that the holiday season is a time of togetherness where no one is left behind, and especially within a climate that we currently exist. And every senior in Jamaica should feel that warmth of community, that they are remembered and that they are loved and that they are cherished.
Murder date before Christmas after bloody start to December. Murders in Jamaica dipped to just 15 reports last week as the country heads into the heart of the Christmas season, with Christmas Day a few hours away. The latest serious crime statistic published by the Jamaica Constabulary Force shows that as of December 21, the murder toll stood at 1,129. A week prior, at December 14, it was 1,114. Jamaica's steady averaged 22 murders at the 58th week mark this year. There are just a few days now remaining in 2024. As at December 31, murders declined year on year by 18%, or 246 fewer than the previous year. According to the data, 15 of the 19 police divisions have recorded a decline in homicides so far this year. The murders of veteran journalists Barbara Gill and popular TikToker Marlon 41 Bosshead Samuels have tongue-wagging across the nations last week. Gill was found dead at her home in Caymanas Estate Phase 1 on Tuesday, December 17, while Samuels was gunned down in St. James on December 20, just hours before his birthday. The St. James Police Division 125 is the most murders, followed by St. Andrews South with 118 homicides. Westmoreland 98, St. Catherine North 92, and St. Catherine South 83 round out the top 5. Portland 13 remain the division with the least murders. Shooting, injured persons, rape, robbery, and break-ins have declined in 2024. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.